Yo, what's up, guys? Real quick, before we get into this video, I forgot to mention a few things. One, I'm starting to get sick when recording this video, so I sound stuffy and I'm always clearing my throat. Two, I mentioned that I am putting the Fortnite gameplay in the background, which I'm still doing, but that gameplay was only like 13 minutes long, and this video is like 19 minutes long, so I'm going to add a Jump Force gameplay to that. And three, those two videos I'm going to mute, because when I recorded them with live commentary, thinking I was going to upload them to my channel just as regular Jump Force and Fortnite videos. But now I'm using them as background gameplay, so I'm just going to mute those and put instrumentals in the background. You guys can vibe out to that and, listen to the story time and everything. But I hope you guys do enjoy, and peace.
Grew up out the mud, pull up, then I pop the trunk. Grew up with the fucking robbers, always kept the mask on. Motherfuckers gon' die if we keep the mask off. Suicide when I ride, bitch, scarecrow to walk the shot.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Audi, and I'm back again with another fucking banger upload. And I just recorded this video and then realized I left out major fucking details. I'm like not bad at storytelling, but I am. But real quick before we get into this video, if you guys hear any background noise like a movie or some shit, that's my cousin in the living room. I'm gonna try my best to mute that audio as long as my PC fan audio and everything. I'm gonna have some Fortnite going in the background. This is like my first win of season 8, and but listen, I know I've been slacking on the uploads. I know I've been slacking on the uploads. So I've been watching a lot of Wiring DJ recently, and him and his crew, and they just be going hard, and like honestly it just kind of inspired me again. So I'm like, fuck it, we're pumping out videos again. And I was like, I always wanted to do story times, and I thought of this banger story time that happened like 5 years ago type shit. And it was involving me. I was in 8th grade, and as you tell by the title, it's a middle school affair. So it's me, this girl I liked named Destiny, that's not her real name, and her boyfriend named Brian, that's not his real name either, and then my friend named Yessie. That's not his real name, but I just thought of that. But it involves us 4, right? Yessie comes in at like basically the end of the story, but I just had to tell you, his name in the beginning, so you guys like knew when I mentioned him, you're like, oh, that's who that was. But basically, I'm gonna start off how me and Yessie met. Basically, I had this friend named Alex. Me and him were friends. Me, him, Yessie, and Destiny. All of us. Me, him, Yessie, Destiny, and Brian all had the same 6th period. History. Fucking U.S. history. And me, Yessie, Destiny, and Alex all sat at the same table. Me and Alex are fucking around, and the teacher ends up moving Alex to the other side of the room. I ain't know Alex and Yessie were friends, and Yessie's like, no, my boy, and everything. Me and Yessie start joking, and we like basically started talking and shit. Then we realized we rode the same bus, and we had like the same friends. So we just clicked right there and just became friends and shit. Destiny sat next to us too. And at the beginning of the school year, she didn't even know who I was. Like, I was like, hi, Destiny. And she was like, ew, what the fuck? Like, get the fuck away from me type shit. But towards like, I guess like a month in, she started knowing who I was. Because once I get like comfortable with my surroundings, I start being hella extra and just outgoing. And I'm trying to like put my name out there type shit. I'm always like that. And so Alex got moved. So me, Destiny, and Yessie would just like always talk, and we were all friends and shit. Cool as fuck, right? I didn't know Destiny had a boyfriend at the time, like I said, named Brian, and I damn sure didn't know my friend Yessie liked Destiny at the time. So me, Destiny, and Yessie all rode the same bus home, and me and Destiny would always talk on the bus and message after school and shit, and before school, like, good morning text and good night text and all that shit, and just talk during the day on Facebook. So it came to time where her boyfriend, which I was kind of friends with, he was a popular kid. He wasn't like too popular, but he was like star athlete of the basketball team and shit like that. Like, niggas knew who he were. Girls wanted to date him type shit. Like, every girl wanted to date him. Every nigga basically wanted to be his friend or was his friend type shit. So he knew who I was. I knew who he was. We had a couple classes together. And, you know, like every boyfriend does every once in a while, they go through their girlfriend's messages. Just like what girlfriends do to boyfriends, go through their messages. He went through her messages and seen that, you know, we messaged and shit. So he comes up to me, like, one day at school, and he's like, hey, bruh, he, like, pressed me, but, like, at the time, I was, like, a little 13-year-old, like, bitch. Like, not a bitch, but I was, like, I didn't want any confrontation. Now, if a nigga presses me, it's, like, I'm throwing hands. Like, I don't care who you are type shit. But back then, I was, like, I just don't want to fight. I just don't want any confrontation. And, you know, he has a lot of niggas. So I'm not trying to get jumped type shit. So I just went along with what he said. But he comes up to me like first period, and he's like, hey, bruh, I seen you messaging my girlfriend, whoopie whoop. And, you know, just basically stop. Just telling me, like, all respectful and shit too about it. But he's just like, stop messaging my girlfriend. You know, I'm not going to tell you again. I'm like, yeah, bro, whatever. And a couple of days go by, and me and Destiny, like, always sat on the bus together. And if you guys heard that, I'm sorry, that's my fucking dog. It just woke up and shook like a fucking earthquake in my room for whatever reason with his fucking harness. But as I was saying, me and Destiny always rode the bus like together. We always sat in the same seat. And after that day, I stopped sitting in the seat with her. I stopped talking to her type shit for like 2 days. I would just sit in the back of the bus. And she wouldn't realize. I don't even think she knew I was on the bus. Because like my bus had 2 stops and she was the second stop. So I would get on first. And I would just go straight to the back of the bus and sit down to where nobody could see me. And then we would come up on her stop. And she would sit at our usual seat type shit. But one day, like 2 days after he told me all this, she got on the bus, got off the bus at school, and I don't know why she thought of this. I guess just girls are crazy. She literally waited for everybody to get off the bus to see if I was on the bus. And sure enough, you know, I'm like one of the last 8 people to get off the bus, and she sees me and she's like, Sean, and like punches me in my shoulder like, you know, fucking girls do when I guess they quote unquote like you, flirting with you and shit, fucking around with you. And she was like, Sean, well, why don't you sit with me no more? Why don't you text me? Blah, blah, blah. I missed you. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I'm not telling her what happened because Brian told me to keep it between us. And I'm just like, oh no, I just been stressed with schoolwork and whatever, and I just haven't been talking to anybody. Like lying my ass off. And she's like, oh, okay, you know, message me after school or whatever, or come sit with me on the bus after school. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I basically go to first period where Brian and me have a class or whatever, and we're all cool and shit. We like had a few words, but we didn't like, oh yeah, bro, like what's good, and all that. Like I wasn't like cool with the nigga, but I was like, all right, whatever. But so that period goes by, whatever. I'm just chilling, and I ain't sit with her at lunch or anything. I just like stayed away from her. And then 6th period comes by, right, where we all have a class together, and the teacher was late to the class this day. The teacher is like never late to class. I don't know if she was in the bathroom taking a massive ass dump or what, but she's never late to class. And basically, everybody's just lined up against lockers. And she usually is like the first person in class and people just walk in class type shit. But nope, the door was locked and everybody was just lined up against the lockers. So me, I'm like 5 minutes late, you know, making like a late ass entrance, trying to be all cool and shit and be like, damn, he's late, blah, blah, blah. And no tardy slip either. I'm just walking in, going to my desk. At least that's what I thought I was going to do. I turned the corner and boom. Everybody's just lined up against the lockers. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I just go and walk to the back of the line where, you know, I'm supposed to be. And she's over, and Destiny's over there with Brian. And yes, he's at like the front of the line and shit. But Destiny's with Brian, like they're like hugging hands type shit. And like she noticed I walked up and she walks over to me. And she was like, oh, you've been ignoring me all day and you keep ignoring me for the last 2 days. And we talked about this earlier, Sean, like, what's good? And he like looks at me with like devil eyes, like, don't say a word of that we talked type shit. And like Sharingan type eyes. Like this nigga put me in a genjutsu and like threatened me like don't say a word that we talked. So I'm just like, I just said what I said earlier that day. Now I just been stressed with schoolwork and stuff and everything. And she's like, oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. Punch me in the fucking shoulder again, bitch. No, I'm joking. But she did punch me in the shoulder again. So I'm like, yeah, or whatever. And then the teacher comes around the corner and I'm like, thank fucking God. Like, thank you. And we just all go into class, do my schoolwork, whatever, it's over. And I was like, bro, I can't sit with her on the bus today. I can't do it. So I'm just like, I'm just going to skip. Or I'm not going to skip, but I'm going to just be late to the bus. Like when it's pulling off. That way, somebody's already sitting with her and all the seats are taken. So I got to like go to the back of the bus or something. That's what I'm thinking. Nope. The bus is taking off. I like run to the bus and they're like, oh, stop. Sean's getting on the bus. And what she did was kick somebody, the person who was sitting in her seat. She's like, oh, just go sit over there. I'll save in the seat for Sean. And her seat was, of course, the only seat on the bus. And I, sat with her and see, she sat on my lap. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, what we did on that bus was beyond me. We definitely maked out. Totally. Like, not even going cap. We fucking basically kissed the whole ride home type shit. With, like, everybody just seen us, but didn't say a word. Because, like, at the school nobody was a snitch. So, like, nobody cared. They were just, like, if anything, they were, like, trying to make it seem like that we weren't doing anything, that we were just chilling. So, whatever, it comes to her stop, and, she gets off. She's like, hit me up. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm just thinking in my mind, bro, this nigga Brian has friends on my bus. He's gonna find out about this. And so the next day comes along or whatever. I don't sit next to her. And I'm telling all my friends before school, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably gonna fight Brian today and everything. And they're like, oh, bro, whatever, okay, good. Just let me know when and I'll come and, we'll make sure, like, the teachers don't come in or whatever. I'm like, all right, whatever. And, so I go to first period, and Brian doesn't even, like, acknowledge me. He doesn't even look at me. Like, I'm all, like, not scared, but I'm like, I'm probably going to have to fight this nigga today. Turns out, he didn't even know. Nobody told that nigga. I guess none of his friends on the bus saw, really. And then, a day or so goes on, and I don't talk to her again. And she's like, he comes up to me, and he's like, bro, I heard you were telling your friends that you were going to fight me and everything. I was like, bro, listen, I was just saying, stop talking to my girl as much. We're cool and everything. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, nah. I didn't even say that. I don't know who told you that. He was like, oh, Alex told me, but it's like, whatever, we're cool. I'm like, yeah, we're cool. I don't even know why he would tell you that. Basically, I'm just lying my ass off again. So next day comes, and I didn't, like, talk to her. Or, like, it was a couple days later, and I just didn't talk to her. And she comes up to me on the bus that day in the morning, and she was like, I know what Brian told you. I know he told you, like, don't talk to me and don't message me or whatever. So I broke up with him. And I'm like, bro, what? I'm just, like, relieved. And she's like, yeah, he's not going to be messing with you anymore or anything. And I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at him. And everything, and I'm just like, oh, bet, cool. And, we sat next to each other on the bus again, and all that started happening. So then I find out my friend, yes, he likes her that day. At lunch, he comes up to me, and he's like, bro, did you hear Destiny isn't dating Brian anymore? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, bro, I'm gonna try to get with her. I'm gonna get her number. And, like, they were not get her number, but I'm gonna try to like date her type thing, because he already had her number and everything, because they were friends. They lived in the same neighborhood and shit, and he was cool with her parents, a lot more cool with her parents than I was, because I'd been to her house only like once or twice, and they hung out almost not every day, but they hung out a good amount of times. So I'm just sitting there like, oh yeah, bro, go for that. And in my head I'm thinking like, fuck. he doesn't know that we like talk or we made out and shit on the bus like a couple times at this point, because this was like a week after like they stopped dating or whatever. And I was just like, fuck, bro. I was just like, yeah, go for it. So I'm thinking at this point, I'm like, bro, she's not dating him anymore. My friend is trying to date her. I'm kind of already fucking with her, but not dating her. So if he starts dating her, I can't really get mad. But so basically, it's just like first person to basically ask her out. So me being the 13-year-old I was like, fuck this shit, bro. I'm not finna. I didn't work too hard. I was stressed out so much over her. I'm not finna let her just go to my friend like that. And that day, I asked her to the movies, bro. I asked her to the fucking movies, and she said yes. So I was like, bet, bro. We go to the movies, and it was like a double date type thing. It was me, my friend DJ, his girlfriend, and me and her. So we go to the movies. We watch a scary movie. I think it was, I know what movie it was. I'm trying to think of the fucking name. It was like a remake movie. Poltergeist. It was the remake of Poltergeist. So, like, me and my friend purposely picked this out, so they're all scared and they're all, like, hugging on us and shit. So, we picked Poltergeist, and, you know, we watched Poltergeist, whatever. You know, we went home. I took her home. He took his girl home. Then we, like, linked up later and shit. Yes, he finds out, like, the next day and comes up to me on the bus, bro. Like, he seemed all pissed, but I guess he was just, like, trying to fuck with me. But he walks up on me on the bus, face all red and everything, like fist all ball. He was like, oh, I heard you fucking with Destiny. I heard you took Destiny on a date. You know I wanted to go out with her, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, bro, chill. It wasn't even nothing too serious. He was like, nah, bro, fuck all that. Run the fade. So I'm like, bro, if that's really what you want to do, type shit. Like, I'm not really trying to fight you or whatever, but I put my fucking backpack down and I got ready to scar up with him. He's like, nah, bro, I'm just playing. I don't care, bro. That's all you. I was like, whew, shit. Because I really wasn't trying to fight you, but if I had to. So I just thought to myself, I'm like, bruh, life's good, bro. I got Destiny to myself. And I don't have to worry about Brian because they're not dating. My friend Yessie doesn't care, bro. Life's good. More of the story is, I somehow beat out 2 niggas over 1 girl. I don't even know how I did it back in middle school. And middle school relationships are toxic. So, I don't know. But that was basically the end of this video. Fucking me and her stopped messaging like a year later. We just, like, I still have her as a Facebook friend, but, like, we don't message. She's just chilling there. So, I don't know. I don't know what exactly the moral of this story is, but I know the story was kind of all over the place. I need to probably get better at this whole YouTube shit and explaining stuff. But if you guys did like my video and did enjoy, please like and subscribe. I'll probably upload another video the day after this video goes up. Probably gonna be a Jump Force video. Don't ask me why. Just because I need to re-download that game, but I'm probably going to upload a Jump Force video or maybe a Fortnite video, but, shit, all my social media links in the description, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, follow me on those. Shit, I guess it's been your boy, Audi, and I'm Audi. I'll catch you on the next one. I really need to change my fucking outro.